Yes, screen is visible. Okay, thank you. Just wait 1 minute. I will come back. Just wait 1 minute. Hello. Yes, good afternoon to all of you. What we have in last week, we have performed which experiment? Last week we have performed which experiment? Speed control of DC motor. Speed control of speed control of DC motor using single phase off control converter. That is the second experiment. And speed control of DC motor using 3-phase fully controlled converter. That is the third experiment. Today we are going to conduct the practical of speed control of DC motor using 4-quadrant chopper. So speed control of DC motor. Speed control of DC motor using 4-quadrant chopper, not type A, type B. Okay. So first of all, we have to know what is chopper. Already we have discussion theoretically what is chopper. What is the function of chopper? What is the function of chopper? All of you there? Hello? Shivani?
Yes, sir.
What is the function of chopper?
It's converts this voltage into DC voltage.
Yes, it will convert from fixed DC voltage into the variable DC voltage. Should give the proper definition. It will convert from fixed DC input voltage into the variable DC output voltage. So obviously, we are giving the fixed DC to the chopper, fixed DC to the chopper. Okay, fix the DC to the chopper. Next, we are getting the variable DC. Variable DC. So this variable voltage is given to the armature terminals and field terminals of the motor circuit. So whenever this voltage is controlled, so automatically the speed of the DC motor is also controlled. So but how we are going to control the output voltage? In the case of rectifier circuits, how we are going to vary the output voltage? Rectifiers में कैसे vary करते हैं? Firing angle vary करते हैं ना rectifiers में? Firing angle vary किया तो क्या हो जाएगा? What will happening if the firing angle is vary? Output voltage is also vary. Okay, if the output voltage is vary, then speed of the DC motor is also vary. Is it right? So, but in the case of what will be the operating and principle of the chopper for controlling the speed? Here, firing angle we cannot vary. Okay, firing angle we cannot vary in the chopper circuits. So, which parameters we have to vary? Duty cycle vary कर सकते क्या अपन? ड्यूटी साइकिल वैरी कर सकते क्या? Anyone please? Can we vary the duty cycle in the chopper circuits? Anyone please give the reply. Shivani?
Yes, sir.
Can we vary the duty cycle in the chopper circuit? Delta or delta vary करके output voltage vary होता है नहीं होता है? Yesterday we have discussed in
No,
previous
sir.
lecture.
0.
Okay, so we know the formula delta is equal to on time upon by total time. On time upon by total time. Clear? So also we know the formula. For example, in the case of step down chopper, step down chopper, not step up. So V0 is equal to delta into Vs. V0 is equal to delta into Vs. If this delta is vary, this is the constant value. This delta is vary, so the output voltage is also vary. Is it right? So for varying the duty cycle, what we have to do? We have to vary the switch on time and off times of the chopper switches. Whatever we are using the switch in the circuit, power semiconductor switch in the circuit, okay, by varying the on time and off time of the switches, so ultimately the duty cycle is also varies. Okay, the on time and total time, off time it changes means total time period is also changes. Okay, if these two parameters are changes, okay, or any one parameter changes, so the duty cycle can be vary. Okay, if this duty cycle vary, then the output voltage is controlled. Okay, output voltage also vary. If this output voltage is vary, the speed of the DC motor is also vary. So this is the chopper operating on principle of the Sorry for that. So this is the operating principle of the chopper circuit. Clear? Okay. So here we have taken the alpha. V0 is equal to, or VDC is equal to, V0 is equal to VDC is equal to delta into Vs, or also we can write alpha into Vs. But here some authors have taken the alpha. Alpha is nothing but the chopper circuit duty cycle. Okay, some authors have been taken the delta. Clear? So different authors have been taken the different representations. Is it okay? Therefore, the output voltage can be changed by varying the duty cycle. The duty cycle can be changed in the following two ways. So already we have discussed in the power electronics subject. We have already discussed in the power electronic subject. So how we can vary the output voltage? As continue lecture. ये lecture होने Okay, so by keeping the switching or chopping frequency constant or varying the on time. So constant frequency and variable frequency. So constant frequency is nothing but we know the formula. What is the formula for frequency? F is equal to 1 by T. Is it right? Is it right, please? F is equal to reciprocal of the time. If the time is decreased, the frequency is increased. If the time is increased, the frequency is decreased. If the total time period is constant, the frequency is also constant. Am I right? If the total time period is constant, the frequency is also constant. So how we can put the constant time period? So here, this is the total time period. This is the total time period. Clear? So here, total time is constant, but we can vary the on time. But we can vary the on time only. For example, T1 is equal to T1 is equal to 0.25 seconds. 0.25 seconds, so that we can consider the 25%. Okay, so T of is equal to 0.75. 0.75. Clear? So here the total time is 0.25 plus 0.75. 1 लिख सकते क्या? लिख सकते क्या नहीं? Okay, so now I'm going to vary the on time. T1 is equal to 0.75, and T of is equal to 0.25. TF is equal to 0.25. So what is the total time? What is the total time? Same or constant? This is the here also we got the 1 and here also we got the 1. Any total time period changes in this period and in this case? Any changes, please? Can you give the reply? Can you give the reply, please? Anyone? Anyone, please? Is there any time it changes total time period? You can put the message in the chat box if you don't want to tell. Revati? Revati? Is there any total time is changes, please?
No, sir.
No. Clear? So means total time is constant. We are not changing any total time period. So obviously the frequency is also constant. Okay, but here we are varying the on time and off time. Here the 0.25%, and here we are increasing the on time is 0.75%. And that is 75%. 25% to the 75% we are going to increase. But total time period is same. But the total time period is same. Clear? So the total time period is same is frequency is same. So this is the one method. And variable frequency method. Okay, variable frequency method. In variable frequency method, same as it is processor, f is equal to 1 by t. Okay, here we are going to vary the total time period now. So whenever the total time period changes, the frequencies also changes. The frequencies also changes. Clear? So here in two ways we can vary the total time period. T on plus T1 plus Tf. So by keeping the off time is constant, so by varying the only on time, we can change the total time period. Okay, next case, by keeping the on time is constant, only by varying the off time, we can, the total time is also varying. It is clear. So in two cases, we can vary the in variable frequency method. That is by keeping the on time is kept constant, and second case by keeping the off time is kept constant. Okay, so these are the two methods. Okay, so you can go through these waveforms. So here the on time is constant. On time is constant. Okay, here also on time is constant, but we are varying the off time. Okay, here only 25%, but here we are increasing the 25% to 75%. That's the off time. So by increasing the off time, so total time period also changes. The total time period is also changes. Now off time is kept constant. Off time is kept constant. Okay, now we are increasing the on time. So here the 25% of the on time, and this is the 75% of the on time. So here also total time it changes. Okay, so here also total time it changes. Here also total time it changes. So the frequency can be changes. So in this way, we can vary the we can control the output voltage using two methods: constant frequency method and variable frequency method. Okay, so what are the types of choppers? What are the types of choppers? What are the types of choppers, please? All of you listening? So, yes, the choppers have been classified into 5 types. Class A chopper or type A chopper, class B chopper or type B chopper. Okay, thank you. Class C chopper or type C chopper, type D chopper or class C chopper, and fifth one is the class E chopper or type E chopper. Clear? These are the 5 types of chopper circuits. So here, so we are not going to in depth the class A chopper, class B chopper, class C, class D, class E, because here we are going to control the speed of the DC motor using class C only, not class A, class B, class C, class D. Clear? So, but let's see the brief description. So, how the class A chopper, in which quadrant it will be operates? In the case of class A chopper, okay, for example, this is the class A chopper. This is the class A chopper. So when the switch is on, the output voltage is present. When the switch is off, the freewheeling diode is conducts, the output voltage is 0. But the output current is same direction, that is the positive direction. Okay. So the output voltage is always positive and output current is always positive. So it will be operated in the first quadrant. It will be operated in the first quadrant. Is it clear? Next. Class B chopper. But here I am not showing the circuit diagram. So generally, class B chopper can also be called as regenerative braking. Okay, so here in regenerative braking or class B chopper or step up chopper, the output voltage is always more than the input voltage. The output voltage is always more than the input voltage. That's why class B chopper can also be called as step up chopper or regenerative braking. Means the power is always flows from load to source. The power is always flows from load to source. So here in the type B chopper, type B chopper type B chopper, the output voltage is positive and output current is always negative because the current is flows from load to source always. Even the switch is in on condition or even the switch is in off condition. Clear? So that's why it will be operated in the second quadrant. It will be operated in the second quadrant. Class C chopper. So class C chopper, the output voltage is always positive and the output current is positive as well as negative. The current is flows from source to load, okay, and as well as for some time the current will flows from load to source. So, but always the output voltage is positive. But always the output voltage is positive. Clear? So output current positive and negative, and output voltage is positive. So in which quadrant it will be operated? In which quadrant it will be operated? First and second, na? Okay, class C chopper is operated in the first quadrant and second quadrant. Means first as well as second. Okay, it will work as a forward monitoring. Okay, when the power is flows from source to load, and it will work as a regeneration braking or forward braking when the power flows from load to source. Clear? Like this same way, class D chopper. Class D chopper is always output current is always positive, and the output voltage is positive as well as negative. Output voltage is positive as well as negative. So output current is always positive and output voltage is positive or negative. So in which quadrant it will be operated? When the output voltage is positive and output current is positive, it will operate in the first quadrant, means forward monitoring. Okay. When the output voltage is negative, output current is positive, it will operate in the fourth quadrant, that is the inverting mode. So it is in reverse motoring. It is in reverse motoring. Clear? Okay, but in the case of Class C chopper, it will be operate in the four quadrants. It will be operate in the four quadrants. Is it clear? It will be operate in the first quadrant. It will be operate in the second quadrant. It will be operate in the third quadrant. It will be operate in the fourth quadrant. Forward motoring in the first quadrant, and forward braking in second generation. Okay, also we can call as forward generation, regenerative braking. Okay, and in third quadrant reverse motoring, and fourth quadrant reverse generation or reverse motoring. Forward motoring is nothing but the motor still operates in the forward direction. Okay, the motor still operates in the forward direction. Speed is positive. Okay, because the voltage is positive. Next, reverse generation means reverse motoring. Reverse motoring. Sorry, forward motoring, forward braking. Forward braking may still the speed is positive, but the current is negative. So means what we are going to do here in the second quadrant. So we are going to develop the braking torque. We are going to develop the braking torque. So how we can develop this braking torque? By flowing the reverse current. Okay, reverse current is nothing but current is negative. Current is negative means torque is also negative. So torque is negative means it will operate as a generator. Means the power is flows from load to source. Clear? So that is the second quadrant. So third quadrant, output voltage is negative and output current is also negative. So P is equal to positive, sorry, negative into negative. P is equal to negative into negative. P is equal to minus V0 and minus I0. Okay, P is equal to minus V0 into minus I0. So minus into minus plus means power is still positive. Power still is positive in third quadrant. Power still is positive in the third quadrant. Clear? So means it will operating as a motoring. It will operating as a motoring, but the speed is reverse. Speed is reverse. Next, like the same way, reverse braking. Forward motoring, forward braking, reverse motoring, reverse braking. Okay, in third quadrant still it will work as a motor. Means it will convert from electrical energy into the mechanical energy because the power is positive. The power is positive means the power will flow from source to load. But in the case of fourth quadrant, the voltage is negative and output current is positive. So the power is also negative. The power is also negative. Clear? So the power is negative. The power is flows from load to source. Load to source. Clear? Means the power is flows from load to source. It will work as a generator. Okay, this is called as reverse braking or reverse generation. Okay, these are the four quadrant operation of the class chopper. So let's see the circuit diagram of this Class C chopper. Okay, you can see here in first quadrant, the switch 1 means H1. Here we have taken the H1, H2, H3, H4, whatever. Okay, H1, H2, L1 and L2. So you can take the switch S1, S2, S3, S4 like this. In any way you can take. So in first case, we are turning on this switch H1 and L2. So how the current is flowing? How the current is flowing? Through this circuit. Clear? Is it right? So through this circuit, the current is flowing. Means the motor is connected to the source. The motor is connected to the supply. Clear? So in this, the output voltage is present and output current is positive. Output current is positive and also output voltage is present, that is positive. So output voltage is positive and output current is also positive. So when the switch H1 and L2 are turned on, so it will operate as a forward motoring. Clear? Okay. Next case, when the switch H1 is turned off, okay, but still L2 is turned on. The H1 is turned off, the still L2 is turned on. So here it is having the load is having the inductance. Okay, whatever the energy stored in the inductance circuit of the load, so that energy will be released through the same switches of the previous case, which is turned on. Okay, L2. Okay, this is. So, but here the freewheeling diode is turned on. So freewheeling diode turned on means this terminal and this terminal will be short circuit. It means output voltage is zero. Output voltage is zero, but still the current is flowing in same direction, that is the positive direction. Is it clear? Okay, so in this case, what it will do when the switch is off condition H1, the motor speed is going to decrease, and after some time, maybe 1 second or 2 second, okay, or maybe 10 microsecond. Okay, after some time the motor is going to be off. The motor is going to be off. Is it clear? So like the same way in third case also. In third case, the S2 and L1 is turned on. S2 and L1 is turned on. When the S2 and L1 is turned on, okay, this switch and this switch is turned on. The current is flowing through this switch. The current is flowing through this switch L1. Okay, negative. Positive terminal of the supply, H2 load, and L1 negative terminal of the supply voltage. Okay, here reverse current is flowing. Reverse current is flowing means output current is negative and also the output voltage is also negative. Okay, output voltage is negative and output current is also negative. So, but still the power is positive. Still the motor is work as a forward motoring. It's a reverse motoring. Okay, but speed is in reverse. Speed is in reverse, but still it will work as a motoring. It will convert from electrical energy into the mechanical energy. So that's why it will operate in the third quadrant. Third quadrant. Okay, like the same way. Now fourth case is exactly opposite to that one. So now this switch is turned off. Switch is turned off. So whatever the energy stored in the inductance in the load circuit, that will be released. Okay, through the same direction. Through the same direction. So this energy will be released through the freewheeling diode. Okay, through the freewheeling diodes like this. So here the freewheeling diode is turned on. The output voltage is zero. The output voltage is zero, but the still output current is flowing in reverse direction. So the output current is negative and output voltage is zero. So what it will do in this case? So the speed of the motor is going to be decreased in reverse direction. The speed of the motor is going to be decreased. Okay, it will take a small time, microsecond. Okay, 5 microsecond, 10 microsecond, whatever. Okay, if you have any stopwatch, then you can take the time also. Clear? So these are the operating modes of the class C chopper. So what we have to do here, this is the circuit diagram of the kit. Okay. Okay. So here we are providing the MCB, 2-pole MCB 10 amperes. Terminals connect to AC supply. Okay. Terminals are connected to the AC supply. Input is AC, but here we are using the diode rectifier circuit. So by using this diode rectifier, we are making the DC. Okay, AC to DC, and this DC is given to the input as a chopper. This means we are using the diode rectifier. So this AC is given to the diode rectifier, and this diode rectifier is converted from AC to DC, and this DC is given to the chopper. Okay, means constant DC is given to the chopper. So this chopper will convert from constant DC into the variable DC. If this variable DC is vary, the speed is also vary. This is the concept. Okay, so these are the simple specification of the kit. Okay, so what is the procedure? What is the procedure? See here, you can see the here we have to take in two tabular columns. We have to take the note. We have to note down the readings in two cases. In first case, forward direction. In second case, reverse direction. Okay, first serial number. Input voltage. Input voltage is nothing but not supply. How much voltage is given to the motor terminals? That is the input voltage. And the duty cycle. So this duty cycle can be note down by using the DSO. This duty cycle can be noted on the DSO, means on time and off time. Take the on time, take the off time, and add by using the duty cycle formula. Delta is equal to T on upon by capital T. So we can measure the duty cycle. Okay. So and also we can take the armature voltage volts. Sorry, here the voltage is constant here. This is the supply voltage. Okay. Supply voltage means chopper input voltage, and armature voltage in volts, and armature current in current. This is the output voltage and output current. And also we can note down the speed of the motor. Also we can note down the speed of the motor. Clear? So like the same way, reverse direction. So just we are providing the one switch on the kit. Just put on the supply, put the supplies in off condition, and give the circuit diagram as per the give the connections as per the circuit diagram. Okay, means the armature terminals are connected across the load terminals of the kit, and the field terminals of the motor is connected, field terminals on the kit. Okay, and DSO is connected across the load terminals on the kit. Clear? And next, so if you want to take the output voltage, you can take the one voltmeter, or otherwise, if already voltmeter is having, okay, the kit is having the voltmeter. Okay, so we can take the reading from that voltmeter also, digital voltmeter or analog voltmeter. Okay, so put the switch is now forward motoring condition, and take the readings of switch on the supply, and put the MCB is non condition. Put the MCB is non condition. Second step, and put the switch. We have provided the one switch here. One is the forward direction side and another reverse direction side. Okay, if you put the switch in upside, okay, if you put the switch in upside, so it will operate in this case and this case, and sorry, this one, this case and this case. When the switch is moved in the second downside, so it will connect this operation and this operation. Clear? So this is the procedure of the chopper operation control. Sorry, speed control of chopper using, sorry, speed control of DC motor using fourth quadrant chopper, Clear? So here, after taking the readings, after note down the readings, so you can observe if this output voltage is increased, the speed is also is increased. Output voltage means armature voltage. Okay, if the output or armature voltage is increased, the speed is also increased. If this armature voltage decrease, the speed is also decreased. Okay, so you can observe this one. Okay, you can give the conclusion. So this is the theoretical explanation of the experiment. Okay, so now can we go for the practical? Hello, can we go for the practical? Okay, thank you. Only one student is giving the response. What about the others? Just wait for a 2 minutes. Just wait. Wait, I'm going to log in through the mobile. Just wait, not connecting. Not connecting, just wait. Just wait, please. Screen is visible. Screen is visible, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just wait. Okay. This is the multi-quadrant chopper fed DC motor drive. Is it clear? This is the fourth quadrant chopper fed DC motor, or also we can call as multi-quadrant chopper fed DC motor. My voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, these are the 4 switches: S1, S2, S3, S4. Clear? S1, S2, S3, and S4. So here we are using the 4 diodes as a freewheeling diodes: D1, D2, D3, D4. So here the output. So output, what we are going to connect here? Motor terminals. Okay. So these output terminals are provided at this place. Okay. These are the armature terminals, blue color. Okay. These are the armature terminals, and these are the field terminals of the DC motor. These are the field terminals of DC motor. So here you can see these terminals I have taken from the DC motors. These terminals I have taken the DC motor. Clear? So also we have provided the 2 terminals for checking the output voltage waveform on the DSO. Okay. So this red color is the positive and ground. Okay. By using these 2 terminals, we can connect the DSO. We can connect the DSO. Okay. Is it okay? So now you can see here internal circuit diagram. You can see S1, S2, S3, S4. These are the chopper switches you can see here. Okay, and also these chopper switches are protected with the protection circuit. Protected with the protection circuit. These are the microprocessor based controlling kit. Okay, so for turning on and off of the switches. Okay, microcontroller based chopper circuit. Clear? So this is the transformer. Okay, here from here main supply. Please wait. Main supply we are taking the AC. Okay, main supply we are taking the AC, and this AC, but we need chopper. We need the input for chopper is DC. So this AC is converted to the DC using the diode rectifier. Using the diode rectifier. Clear? So this diode rectifier will convert from this AC into the DC, and this DC is given to the chopper circuit. This DC is given to the chopper circuit as a input. As a input. Clear? Okay. So already we have seen the operation when the S1 and S3 turn on. Okay, the current is flowing. Okay, through this circuit. Okay, when the S1 is off, okay, still the current is flowing through this circuit. Through this circuit. Is it clear? Next, third case, when the S1 and S2 turn on, the motor is operated in the motor is rotated in the forward direction. Okay. And if we are increasing the voltage by using the duty cycle, the speed is also increased. Second case. Okay. Now we are putting the switch in this position. Okay. So what we will do? One switch is going to be turned off. One switch is going to be turned off. Whenever the switch is going to turn off, still the motor is rotating, but same direction. Okay. Still the motor is rotating in same direction, but the motor speed is going to be decreased. Okay. The current is flowing through this circuit. The current is flowing through this circuit because the output voltage become a 0. So for a small time, the motor is rotates. Clear? Next, third case. Now, this switch is in off condition. Now we are going to operate the second switch. Okay, reverse motoring switch. This is the forward motoring switch. This is the reverse motoring switch. So now we are going to turn on the S2 as well as S4. We are going to turn on the S2 as well as S4. Okay. So whenever the S2 and S4 are turned on, this motor, okay, means this motor is connected to the DC supply. Okay, is connected to the DC supply. Okay. And the speed of the DC motor is increased in the reverse direction. Is increased in the reverse direction because it is in reverse motoring mode. Because it is in reverse motoring mode. So now again the switch is moving like this. Okay, whenever the switch is moving, means we are going to turn off one switch. We are going to turn off one switch. So still the current is flowing through this switch, through the motor. So because some amount of energy will be stored in the inductance, that energy will be released through this switch. S4, D3 and this one. Okay, S4, D3 and motor terminals. Clear? But the speed is going to be decreased and the motor is going to be stopped because the supply is disconnected when the switch S2 is turn off. Clear? So this we are going to see here. Okay, so here also you can take the resistive load. Also you can take the resistive load. Okay, so already we have seen the last lecture, last practical. So by connecting this resistive load across these two terminals, we can check the waveforms for the resistive load also. We can check the waveforms for the resistive load. Okay, now let's see. Switch on the supply. Screen is visible clearly. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here the DSO is going to turn on. We are connecting through the isolation transformer. So now the DSO is going to on. Okay. So now it is in all switches in off condition. All the switches are off condition. So now I would like to rotate in forward motor. Clear? So now I would like to rotate in this direction. In this direction. See here. We can see the motor. It will be rotate in the forward direction. It will be rotate in the forward direction. So simply the output voltage is 0, output voltage is 0 and output current is also 0. Clear? So now the switch on the we have turned on the switch and we have kept at the forward motoring position. Clear? So now I am going to vary the turn on and off times of the switches. Clear? Whenever the voltage is going to increase, whenever the voltage is going to increase, the speed is also increase. Clear? So voltage increase means here that due to the on time is going to be increased. You can see here, this is the on time, this is the on time, this is the off time. So you can see on time and off time is going to, on time is going to increase and off time is going to decrease. Okay, so now the voltage become a constant, means fully turn on condition. Fully turn on condition. Voltage also maximum 128 or 130 volts. Okay, so current is 0.21 amperes. Current is 0.21 amperes. Clear? So also you can observe, if I will decrease this voltage, if I will decrease this voltage, okay, the speed is going to be decreased. Again, the output, we got the output waveform. Clear? So at 90 voltage, what will be the speed? (708 RPM). Okay. So now we are going to increase the voltage. We are going to increase the voltage. Okay. The on time is also going to increase. You can see here. Okay. So 116 volts, or you can say 120 volts. So now observe the volt speed of the motor. What is the speed of the motor? What is the speed of the motor? What is the speed of the motor? 1015 RPM. Okay. So means voltage is increased and the speed is also increased. Okay. So now I'm going to turn off this switch. I'm going to turn off this switch. Okay. So just by putting this one, so you can see here. Okay. The motor is stopped. Clear? But for small microseconds, the voltage is rotates. Clear? Whenever the switch is turned off, the motor still rotates, but it's very small time. Very small time. Immediately the motor stops. Is it clear? Are you got the point? So can you put the second mode of operation? Now S2 and S4 is turned on. Okay. And then after that S2 is turned off. At a time both switches is turned on. At a time both switches are turned on, S2 and S4. And after that sometime S2 will be turned off. Okay. So see here 0 0 0 0. Okay. The DSP is also 0. So now the 0 position. Okay. Put the 0 position first and then switch on this S2 and S4 now turn on. Reverse motor means S2 and S4 are turn on. Clear? Now I am going to increase the voltage and current in reverse because now the current is flowing in this direction, in reverse direction. Okay, so the output current is reverse and output voltage also reverse. You can observe here minus, also minus. Both voltage and current minus. So now you can see the motor is rotating in this direction. Is it right? The motor is rotating in this direction. Clear? Because voltage is negative and current is also negative. So if you increase the reverse voltage, the speed is also increased. Okay, at minus 92 volts, what will be the speed? 750 at RPM. 758 RPM in reverse direction. That is the reverse motoring mode. Okay, so you can see the waveform. So by increasing the reverse voltage, the reverse on time is also increased. Reverse on time is also increased. This is the on time here. Now you can check the, now in reverse the voltage become a constant. Okay, maximum 130 volts is reached. Okay, now you can check the, what will be the maximum speed? 1056 rpm. 1056 rpm. Now whenever the braking is applied in reverse motoring, so now I will move this switch in this direction. Okay, now I move this switch. Okay, in reverse braking means this switch is going to be turned on. Whenever this switch is going to turn on, okay, so the motor is going to be off. Clear? Motor is going to be turned off. Okay, so still the motor is rotating in this direction, but that is only for a small time when the braking is applied. When the braking is applied. Clear? This is the fourth quadrant operation of chopper with DC motor. Fourth quadrant operation of chopper with DC motor. So now I will give the readings later. Okay, so duty cycle, output voltage and output current. Okay, I have not taken the readings. I will take and I will give the readings. Okay, is it okay, all of you? Can I have the circuit? Hello? Hello? Okay, just wait, I will take the attendance. And then you can leave the meeting. Mahesh Dongre. What is your roll number? Mahesh. Okay. Concept is clear?